Once upon a time, it wasn't common for women to go to school. Now, girls' education is a mandate of the, it's a global mandate, not just in Pakistan. The more we make the right things common, as opposed to saying, oh, you went to school, amazing, how did you do that? We need more of that, we need more of that. Football is, for me, it's more than a game. The things you learn on the pitch, the values, the community, the inclusiveness, the feeling of belonging, not just in a sport, not just on the pitch, but with people and the kind of work that we do. So it's almost all-encompassing.
33-year-old Hussain gets a kick out of leveling the playing field. She is passionate about football. So passionate, she not only plays, but at a relatively young age herself, she trains other young girls at a club she has co-founded.
I was 19 years old when I started playing, and at that age, if you look at other countries, that's where you're beginning to peak. So I started quite late, as is the story of many girls in Pakistan. But I'm very grateful. Despite starting that late, I was lucky enough to, have opportunities through the club and through our work that we did. We got to participate and play, not as much as we'd liked, but it's enough. Just recently, as last year, for the first time in my career, I was selected to be in the national camp. So it was a long time coming. I didn't think it would happen in my lifetime, but I guess I was lucky.
Pakistan fares poorly in gender equality. It ranked 151 out of 153 countries, ahead of Iraq and Yemen, in the World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Report of 2019. Mashal wants to see more young girls playing football. In 2010, she helped create a women's football team for Karachi United, one of Pakistan's popular professional men's club. She captained the team for a long time. In January this year, she co-founded the Delta Football Club to train girls in Pakistan's most populous city, Karachi. Here, she is busy teaching football to girls as young as 6 years old. But in a conservative society like Pakistan, where women don't enjoy equal opportunities to study or work, let alone play in sports, Mashal faces many challenges.
And to be honest, it's still missing in many clubs. Women in management positions of football, women in coaching positions. Some of the struggles were, of course, the perception of a female in that position. In Ghar pe bhi, of course, my family was pad ke aayi ho, get a real job. Making that transition from ye shauk hai to, oh, this is your job. It took a few years, but to be honest, it's nice to see a few more women in the space. And I think some of the struggles obviously also come from inside the sport, where this is a man's game, at least in Pakistan and at least to date. There are still many, many girls, most girls I would say, that is the biggest barrier, convincing the family that this is what I want to do. So that's something I think we're going to try working on it as much as we can, but it can't just be women fighting that fight. The avenues to work in football for women also are very less. If you're a man, perhaps you can coach at one of the many academies, because there are so many for boys across the country, not just Karachi. For women, if you want to coach, first of all, you need to find somewhere that's willing to hire a female coach. Then you need to make your choice. If you're going to coach young boys as a female, there will of course be a small tension around that. Will the boys take you seriously? Will that be a good use of your time? Would you rather coach girls? And where are these girls? Who's organizing the girls? You'll end up having to do that, and most people aren't, that's not what they want.
Mashal says if parents support their daughters in their ambition, then that would eventually be rewarding for both. Mashal believes in taking charge and trying to make a difference. She recalls how she ended up creating a women-only group to watch football matches.
I wanted to watch matches with my female friends. I didn't want to always hang around with the boys. I wanted that, and so I think the turning point was that, look, if it doesn't exist, you have two choices. You can complain about it for years and years and years, or you can try and do something and change it. And so obviously we took the hard way. We tried to do something about it and change it. And it hasn't fully changed yet, of course, but it's changing. 4 years ago, when we saw women on motorbikes, everyone would turn around. Now you see a lot more women on motorbikes or scooters because, it was a government effort to give women bikes and modes of transport, at least in Pakistan. It's going to be a similar effort.